All right, DragonCon, how is your Sunday afternoon doing? How are you guys doing out there? I think typically you see me like running up on stage when it's like Sunday at 5:30, and now I'm just like moseying, stomping at the table, taking a breath. And a few of you out there that I've seen are kind of in the same state. But I'm going to need your energy levels up for this panel. I need you guys to be crazy because it is going to be a crazy, fun panel. My name is Aaron Sagers. I'm with Sci-Fi and the Sci-Fi Wire website. I'm excited to be here. I'm going to bring these folks out here. I do want to let you know, okay, so just a slight bit of unfortunate news. Unfortunately, Arthur Darvill had to catch a flight back to London. But you know what? I love Arthur, but I would rather be on stage with these two lovely ladies. So it's a win for me, and I think we're all going to have a great time. So before I bring these guys out, here's just sort of tradition, Doctor Who panel. I need to see some sonic screwdrivers. So let's get the sonics up, get the sonic screwdriver slew. Who's got them out there? There's 1, 2, 3, come on, fire them up, get the sonics out. All right, DragonCon, I want you to make some noise. Of course, you know her as River Song from Doctor Who. Give it up for Alex Kingston! And keep it coming, keep it coming. Of course, you know her as Amy Pond from Doctor Who, Karen Gillian! Hello.
I'm just thinking of us yet.
No.
I know it's packed, absolutely packed. It's fantastic.
It's a great crowd, yeah. It's you guys are like, this is the crazy thing about DragonCon. It's a Sunday. There's like a whole other day, and people are gonna still be strong, going strong tomorrow. It makes it kind of different than every other con out there, I think, right? Like,
Yeah, I'm supposed to be going strong tomorrow, but don't hold your breath.
Well, okay. This is like keeping up with the pawns, an hour with the pawns, and I'm curious. Okay, mother-daughter. What would a mother-daughter day out look like for River and Amy? What would they do? Where would they take the TARDIS to on like a mom-daughter day out?
Where would I take my daughter for a day out? I mean, maybe to get our nails done in an intergalactic nail salon?
Yeah?
Quite like that, actually. Yeah, because at the moment I've got sort of slightly kind of shiny, but we could have sort of a holographic, or you could have
Vortex sort of colored.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Like nails where like little hologram floats above them or something?
Yes, or maybe kind of like alien nails, you know, where suddenly the nails could sort of take on a life of their own.
Yeah, it would be like Wolverine, but we're female. So if anybody like attacks us, they like go whoosh,
Yeah,
All the way
like
out.
that.
back in, and they just look really pretty.
I think that happened to Meg on The Family Guy. I think that was her thing.
It's been done.
It's been done, yeah. Damn
Damn
it.
it, I thought that was on
We
the
have to
subject
ask
there.
her the nail place then she goes to. Obviously somewhere in the galaxy.
Exactly.
Did you go for like a massage? Well, you could go for like a massage from like some tentacled beast that really hits
Yeah.
all spots at
Oh
once.
my
Yeah.
god,
Yeah,
that's sexy.
Shocking, or your mom's right there. And I think I inadvertently gave birth to like some fan fiction or something. I was always curious with the whole dynamic of River and Amy, and River being married to a much older man who Mom also at one point had a crush on. Isn't this like a little bit creepy? It's like kind of like Luke and Leia level creepy.
Well, when you put it like that, it sounds a little creepy, but you know, Amy doesn't have a crush on the Doctor. She loves her husband, but like, maybe at one point she had a little bit of a crush on him, but it was swiftly sort of, it went away after that episode, I think, when she kissed him.
Yeah.
I think that when she finally fulfilled that desire, she realized that wasn't her desire anymore.
Also, the way he dances.
Doesn't work for you.
Yeah.
The drunk giraffe.
No concerns about your daughter loving a 1,000-year-old man.
Yeah, but he looks very good for his age. Sounds like better than me.
Well, he's had a lot of work done, like at least 10 times prior to that one. So yeah. All right, well, let's throw it out to an audience question wherever you guys are in the back. We got a microphone. Let's start over here, actually.
Hi, I'm Genevieve. I love you guys so much.
Thanks.
So, my question is, what got you started with acting and how old were you?
Who wants to start? Yeah.
Okay, I'll start. What got me started with acting? I think probably watching horror films when I was way too young to be watching them. Like The Exorcist. I really like the little girl in that. You can probably tell, it's really influenced most of my acting since. So I really like that. And then I just did like a lot of amateur theatre groups where I'm from in Scotland, and that kind of got me really into that, and then I just pursued it as a career. Yeah, I mean, I don't know of a defining moment where I decided to do it, but I think just doing theatre got me into it.
Well, actually, I've told this story before, but I didn't really know that I wanted to be an actor. I just liked all the different outfits of different professions. So I thought I wanted to be an air stewardess, like flight attendant, but it was only actually the uniforms that I really liked. And then I thought I wanted to be a barrister in England, which is like a lawyer. It's a lawyer here, but barristers in England wear cloaks and they wear wigs when they're in court. Again, I swiftly realised it wasn't actually the job; it was just the costume. And so that's sort of when I kind of thought maybe I need to go into a profession where I could just wear multiple costumes, and so that's what brought me into acting.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you can wear a doctor's outfit to an office job. It's just...
Yeah, you can. Well, yeah, but you know, wearing sort of like a great big Elizabethan dress or something like that isn't going to go down well at the, you know, in your 9-to-5 job necessarily.
Own it, Alex.
Oh,
Just own it. Actually, where did Rivers' costumes? Because I mean, you had so many great Elizabethan costumes throughout your career. But how did the Rivers costumes rank as far as favorite costumes?
I think my favorite is the green dress that I wear with the kind of like the leather belt and everything, because I found that sort of like the most practical. Because that's actually one thing that one really has to consider when you work with a costume designer, is you have to think about what you're actually going to be doing in an episode, and whether what you're wearing is actually going to really be practically feasible. And that dress for me was my favourite. You were in just like a lot of sweatshirts to begin with, weren't you?
Yeah, like jumpers,
Like
which
jumpers
are sweaters.
and
little
woolly
skirts,
tops.
skirts and tights.
Yeah.
But that's what I wore in real life anyway. So I just was like, I want to wear what I like, and they were like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, you mentioned horror. Did you say The Exorcist was? All right, and this is something we're going to be dealing with shortly. Was The Exorcist the first movie you said horror you remember seeing, or?
It was one of the earlier ones, maybe the
How old
Omen
were you?
one. I was
watching The Exorcist.
Yes.
It was bad. It was bad. I was like scaring myself, and I'd be like, stop it, stop watching. I'd be like, no. And then I don't know what I was doing to myself.
What were you, 8 or something?
Maybe a little older than that. I watched like The Omen before that.
Yeah.
Damien.
Yeah.
God, Karen.
I don't know where my parents were.
Apparently not being very good parents, but well, I mean, I asked that because I'm curious, and I think we talked a little bit about sort of the scary factor of Doctor Who yesterday and the monsters. What do you think makes for a good scary monster? Do you like sort of the slow stalking monster that takes its time getting to the victim but is always pursuing? Do you like the monster that jumps out? Like, what do you think is the creepier monster?
Oh, well, I have to say, I mean, any monster or anything scary, like, you know, it doesn't matter whether it's slow or fast, it's scary, it's scary. But I recently, I love it. I've seen it 3 times, but it really scares me every time. I watched this movie, Get Out.
Oh, yeah.
I had no idea. The first time I saw it, I went to the movie theatre and I had no idea what I was going to see. I thought I was sort of going to see a version of The Man Who Came to Dinner. I thought it was going to be just some sort of racial family drama, which I guess it is, but I thought it was going to sort of just be that. And what is it? It's like within the first minute and 30 seconds, there's that first shock. I won't tell you what it is if you haven't seen it. And I elbowed the man next to me in the ribs. I was so scared, like that. And I was so embarrassed that I'd elbowed him in the ribs, and he was kind of laughing. But then literally, like, shocks kept coming, and I just screamed. I screamed in the cinema, and then everybody started laughing. Screaming, and so then I burst into tears because I had shocked myself by my screaming.
I shouldn't be laughing, but...
No, I loved it, and I went again.
Oh, yeah.
The second time I was like this, and that's because I thought I knew where all the shocks were coming. And so then I sort of thought, okay, there's no shock now, and I relaxed. And then one came that I didn't expect, because I'd had my eyes closed the first time. So I was like, I was just laughing again. So, but it's a great movie. You've got to go see it.
It is a great movie.
I just want to watch you watching it.
I know. There's like YouTube videos of people watching other things. We need like an all Alex Kingston channel. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's true actually. But I do, you know, I get exhausted at the end of watching something like that because I do expend a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your parents should have just made you watch The Exorcist when you were younger. It makes you immune to it now.
Like immune and cold. Like
Yeah.
We're
going to when you throw questions to us, we've decided that we're going to throw some questions back to you.
Yeah, let's subvert this.
I like this.
Exactly.
Topsy-turvy.
And so Karen has a question or a, what's the other thing that they
little
call
quiz.
it? A little quiz, or it's a, you know, you have to do something.
Oh, I like this game. We have nothing planned, by the way. This is
Truth or
totally
dare?
impromptu.
I know. This
So forgive me if the quality of the questions do not match up to the quality of your questions.
Truth or dare?
All right, let's begin over here. Yeah, no pressure because things could get
Right,
really
is it my turn
interesting.
to ask a question?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What does TARDIS stand for?
Time and relative dimension in space.
This is not a group quiz.
I wanted to just start easy. That was good.
All right, so whoever's at the mic over here gets. Well, wait, hold on. No, Karen's asking you a question.
Right, I'm going to ask whoever's about to ask a question. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Ready?
Sure. Does now.
Okay, who wrote the episode The Doctor's Wife? See?
Sorry.
Not so easy anymore.
Milky.
Yes!
All right.
Banana.
How's your throwing
You
part?
want one full banana.
All right, someone.
I can't throw it. I might be sued. I might think something like boomerang.
And where's the appeal in that?
Where's the appeal? Bananas to be collected
All right.
in front of the stage. You
Someone-
get your answer right.
Bananas to be collected at the front of stage. Okay, did you have a question, however?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
My question is for Karen.
Yes.
I'm going to ask you the question I asked Alex last year.
Okay.
What was your response to pointing out that your characters lost daughter was someone you knew, and someone just slightly older.
Easy.
Slightly.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
A year or two older.
My reaction to finding out that River Song was my daughter was one of shock. I just didn't see it coming at all. Like, there was no part of me that guessed that. And then, who guessed it? Was it Arthur that guessed it before me?
No, he didn't. He just pretends he did.
We were okay, so Alex knew for ages before, for most of the time.
Yeah.
And we were trying to give her wine and stuff to try and get it out. We were like, she knows, you know, what her identity is. And when I found out what it was, I was like amazed and thought it was brilliant. And I was so excited to use that information to play around with the characters and their dynamic with each other. It was cool.
Do you know when Stephen Moffat decided, because obviously you introduced your character with David Tennant, and then we get more backstory. Do you know at the moment where he decided, okay, this is more of River's backstory?
I don't know when he sort of formulated that idea, but because when Matt and Karen first started the show, Rory Arthur wasn't even on the show then. He didn't start till a couple of episodes after.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether Stephen had the intention prior to Arthur even being on the show, or whether it's an idea that formulated in his mind during the sort of the filming and watching sort of like the dynamics between all of us working with one another. But I mean, the reason why he told me so soon in advance is because he wanted to make sure that I would make myself available to do it.
Yeah.
Because these guys were all on a sort of like a proper long-term contract, whereas I was just always contracted per episode, and they didn't hold me. So they just wanted to make sure. So Stephen had to call me and have that conversation with me, and get me to guarantee that I would make myself available for that year so that the storyline could keep kind of going forward.
Yeah. All right, Alex, you're up with a banana question for this side of the room over here.
Okay, this isn't actually a question. Who has the microphone?
On this side?
Okay, I want to hear your best impression of the TARDIS.
Karen started out easy. This is now getting hard.
Now you know what it feels like. That deserves a banana.
I literally planned on coming up here and saying, hello, sweeties. And I don't need a banana.
Who does?
Saw you yesterday.
Who does the best TARDIS sound? Like, who can do it really well that you know? Because it's like, I don't know if it's Matt, but I've heard one of you guys that like does more of a like, not that, that's a gorilla. But like, I'm trying to get a banana too. But like an inhale, like a sharp inhale and a wheeze.
I actually think it's David Tennant that can do it really well. I think it was David, because I definitely have heard somebody do it and being like super impressed. And there's no way it was mine. I tried.
You want to go on with that, Karen?
I put myself out there.
All right, well.
Sounds like I've got phlegm in my throat.
I'll do the TARDIS right after I clear my throat. What's your question?
So the question that I had was something that I formulated whenever I thought Arthur was going to be here. And even though he's not, I'm going to ask it. Who do you think between Alex, Karen, and Rory, because that's who he is in my brain, who do you think would have had the most entertaining interaction with Captain Harkness had they had to deal with each other on stage?
River.
Stage.
On stage or in an episode?
Well, yeah, in an episode.
In an
You know,
episode.
where you can see everything.
Well, you know what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Although, yeah, Arthur.
Arthur.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe